Good morning, everybody. It's another fresh day that I have started another trip in Odisha in various districts, and it's a long plan, like a 5 days tour that I am planning. And from Odisha, I will be going to Andhra, and from Andhra again, I'll be coming back to Odisha, and then again going to Chhattisgarh, and then again come back to Odisha. So I will be covering a lot of spots out here in this trip that I have started today morning. And to begin with, I started with from Bhubaneswar, and I reached Chilika Lake. And if you could see at my back, at my hand side, there is a lake. This is the Chilika Lake in Odisha, where I have reached now from Bhubaneswar. It's around 100 kilometers from Bhubaneswar. And I could see that somebody at my back is holding a fishing rod and doing some fishing out here at the fresh lake out here. And from Chilika, I am planning to move to Jiranga Monastery. I'll go through Barampur and I'll reach the Jiranga Monastery, which is a Buddhist monastery basically, where Dalai Lama had have spent some time, and it has got a Buddhist monastery out there, and a lot of Buddhist monks stay over there. It's a kind of a northeast feeling that you would have out here in Odisha by reaching once at Jirang. And the kind of food that we would get out there is like momos, thukpas, all the northeast kind of foodings. So let us see to it how the trip goes. I'll be keeping you posted and updated on all the movements and all the spots that I'll be reaching with the pictures and the videos. Thank you. I started in the morning at 8 o'clock from my home, and I filled the tank of the vehicle, my Kia Sonet again. It was 45 liters entirely filled, and I started and I reached Chilika at around 9:30. I have spent somewhere around 1 hour near Chilika, and now I have reached Barampur, and from Barampur I have reached Gopalpur on sea, that is 10 kilometers from Barampur city. And currently I am at the sea beach at Gopalpur. If you can see at my back, the water, the waves are really high tides. The waves are really high, and the big ones I should see in comparison to Chandipur, which I have seen earlier. The sea beach looks extremely good. There is absolutely great infrastructure available all around for sitting arrangements, and for having fun activities out here. Water sports and all kinds of activities are also available over here. This is Gopalpur on sea at Barampur, 10 kilometers away from Barampur city. So it's really a wonderful experience. This long trip is going to be very exciting as we gradually move on to the other sites. So I'm on my way to Jiranga Monastery from Bhubaneswar, and on way I could visit Chilika Lake, which is the biggest lake in the continent. Like in Asia, it is the biggest, largest lake in Asia. And this is Gopalpur, which is at the vicinity of the Barampur city, 10 kilometers away from the city only. And it's really wonderful. The sea beach is really wonderful out here. I just thought of coming down to the sea track and just play with some waves out here. Oh my god, it's really a wonderful experience. The waves are really very big, and big ones out here. That's the water. Okay. Oh my god, oh my god, I got wet. Okay, I got wet. Hi guys, I had a plan to come down to Jiranga Monastery today, but midway one of my friends suggested me to come to one of the waterfalls out here at one of the hills. It's known as Mahendragiri Hills. There are two hills out here, Mahendragiri, Chandragiri and Udaygiri. And Jiranga is located on Chandragiri Hills. And one of my friends suggested, while I was on the midway of this travel, to visit this place known as Gandahati waterfall, which is in Mahendragiri forest range, and is atop on the hill. And I struggled a bit to map it out and reach this spot, but believe me guys, this is something I cannot explain you in words. This is a really very wonderful place. This is really an absolute delight of a traveler. Okay, if you can see, people are bathing out here. There is a very peaceful out here. Anybody could go and take a bath out here. And the fall is quite wide, and there are the sprinkling water is just covering my face and the camera even at the same time, my mobile even at the same time. It's a wonderful sight. I can explain you. Gandahati waterfall is a must visit for anybody who is traveling this way to Jiranga Monastery or to Koraput. And I traveled from Bhubaneswar to Berhampur and then to Palasha, and from Palasha I took a route to Mahendragiri, and like it was like coming from Odisha to again getting into Andhra Pradesh, then again getting into Odisha, and now this waterfall is basically in Gandahati district of Odisha, and it is a super sight, I could say. Anybody who is traveling this way, it is a must visit for them. This is a wonderful Gandahati waterfall of the Gandahati district. Like my trip started from Bhubaneswar. From Bhubaneswar I went to the Chilika. From Chilika I went to Berhampur. From there I went to Gopalpur sea beach. And after reaching Palasa I took a right turn. Like it was getting into Andhra Pradesh and again getting back into Odisha. And when I got back into Odisha, this Mahendragiri Hills, it has got this waterfall known as Gandahati waterfall, which is one of the exquisite sights. If any traveler is visiting this way, it's a must visit for them. It's an absolute delight to the eye. It was really a hectic day as I started from Bhubaneswar, and finally I reached my destination, that is at Jiranga Monastery in Odisha. If you could see at my back, this is the temple of the Jiranga Monastery, and all around me are the various cubicles that the monastery has got with perspective to their various functions they do have out here. And it is really an excellent place is what I could say you in short. And this is a must visit. This is a must visit in the state of Odisha, that we have got a mini Tibet out here. You will find all the Tibetans out here, all the Buddhist monks out here, and the entire area, the entire locality is filled with the Buddhist monks out here. And we are quite late out here. We reached at around 5, and by 6 p.m. this gates will be closed. So we have 1 hour time within which we would have to visit the temple premises and have a look of it. And apart from that, there is a Santi Stupa, I mean to say it is a peace stupa, like a pillar which symbolizes the peace making. So we would also be visiting that, and apart from that we will be visiting to the food plaza out here, where we will be getting good northeast food like thukpas and momos and all. So we will have a good food out there, and out there only we would see to arrange for our accommodation, and they will get this accommodation arranged in the monastery itself. So it would be a wonderful experience, an elite and unique experience is what I could say. And as you could see the temple at my back, it's really beautiful, and all around the temple on the outer skirts you could see the various hills of Chandragiri, because this is located at Chandragiri Hills, and this is really a must visit for everybody who comes around this place. This is a must visit, I could say. In short, this is an extremely beautiful place. Good morning, friends. Yesterday night I stayed at Jiranga Monastery. Within the monastery campus, they have an accommodation for the tourists, and I spoke to one of the Buddhist monks out there that there is a Khasada waterfall nearby to Jiranga Monastery, some 3 kilometers away from it. How is it? So he suggested me that it is a must visit. So I was under the impression that it won't be a much impressive one, so I could ignore it. But after coming over here, what I could see and what I could say is that this is an absolute delight to be here. If you can see at my backdrop, there's a huge gush of water going through, and the flow of the water is really a speedy one. It would be very risky if I put any of the feet out there on the water. It will just sweep your feet and you will fall into it. The kind of force that it is carrying with it after the fall. And it is a huge rush and gush of water I could see. The volume of water is very high, because recently the rainy season is over, the winter has just started, and this is a wonderful place. And at my backside you can see on the top the Buddhist monks, they put all their banners with some write-off related to Lord Buddha with some mantra, and the water is really it's flowing with a very high speed, and it's an absolute delight to be here. I would have really missed had I not been here. I would have really missed this sight. And early morning, it's 6:45 only, and it is a sunny morning, and it's a foggy morning, and at the backdrop there are hills and forests all around. So a waterfall with a gushing water, with a high speed, jungles all around, hills at the backdrop all around. This is a real delight for any traveler in an early morning. This is an absolutely fantastic, delightful place. I could see and say it is an absolute delight to the eyes, is what I could see and say to all the travelers who are visiting to Jirang. It is a must visit. You should visit this waterfall. This is known as Khasada waterfall, which is 3 kilometers away from Jiranga Monastery. So guys, this is the Salur Ghati we are in. This is in the state of Andhra Pradesh. We have been traveling since yesterday. Like we started yesterday from Bhubaneswar, and we went for an overnight stay at Jiranga Monastery at Jirang. That is again in Gandahati district in Odisha. And from there we started this journey towards Salur today. Since morning we have been driving. It's been almost 5 hours we have been driving, and now we are in the Salur Ghati. And this pathway is from Salur Ghati. It's connecting to the Sunki Ghati, which is again in Odisha. Salur is in Andhra, whereas Sunki is in Odisha. It's one of the most dangerous and riskiest Ghati roads that I could say. And I have been admiring since a long time and anticipating to drive this Ghati since a long time, since over 10 years of period that since my friend had said me. And this is the opportunity I have got today. And it's all a very serpentine and meandering roadway, the entire thing that I have been driving. And it's quite at a bit of a good height, and we could see at the beside us, adjoining pathway that we have got, we could see that it's very deep on the other side. So it's really a thrilling experience that we could get out here while driving this pathway. Hi guys, this is atop the Araku valley that I have reached. It's in Andhra Pradesh. I started from this morning. I started from this Jiranga Monastery. I reached this Paralekha Mundi. Then I reached this Salur Ghati, which is in Andhra Pradesh. From Salur I went to Sunki, which is a very steep and very dangerous Ghati road, I could say. And the slopes were steep, but what I could say, the road connecting from Sunki to Araku Valley through Odisha is really the most dangerous pathway which I have travelled till date in my life. I would recommend you and advise you not to take that pathway ever. That's an absolutely very narrow, extremely steep and very bad conditioned road, and there were many chances that the vehicle could skid over due to the, because those are not exactly the pakka roads. Those are stones and red stones and the boulders and metals which you would have to take a grip on and take the steep slopes and climb. And it was really risky. It was extremely risky. My parents, they were in a state of panic, and even I was in a state of panic, to be very honest. It was really and extremely very dangerous driving that pathway. From Sunki Ghati, the road which connects to Araku Valley from Odisha's side, that is an extremely dangerous road. One must not take, and the height is too high without any barricades at both the sides, and it is extremely and extremely dangerous is what I could say. And it was absolutely in the daylight, but still it was very risky, and we all were very much afraid. And I would always recommend you not to take that pathway ever again. That is one part. Now from Araku I am taking my trip to Borra Caves. We are running late, so I would have to expedite, and I have to see that we visit the Borra Caves and have a look out there, and then we get back again to Araku and go for our night stay over here. Thank you. Hi friends, finally after reaching Araku Valley I moved to this place. This is Borra Caves. I had read a lot about it on Wikipedia and a lot of other websites, and as you could see, I am currently at the center of Borra Caves. And if you could see on the top at my back, if you could see, there is a hole. So this entire cave is a very big cave, like it's more than 100 meters long and 75 meters wide. And amidst around this entire cave, on the very center, on the middle, there is a hole, and which directly exits to the forest on this Anantagiri hills. And this Borra cave is very very famous for the stalactites and the stalagmites. Like stalagmites and stalactites are formed because of the calcium carbonate that is contained in the stones. And there is a river which arises from within this cave. It's known as Gostani. Go means cow, Stani means the stomach, the belly. Since there is a hole in the center of this cave, and it is considered to be the belly of this cave. And similarly, the river which arises out of this cave is known as Gostani, because the stone from which it comes out, that is in the shape of a cow, so it is known as Gostani, like cow's stomach, the belly, center of the cow's belly, from which a river comes out. That is how it is known as. But this is a very very huge cave, guys, and anyone who comes here will get awestruck out here by having this giant view of a cave. I have never seen such a giant cave in my life, and it's very 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 huge, like more than 10,000 people or more could be accommodated within this, the kind of space it has got. There are a lot of bats overhead, and they're all stuck to the roof, and it seems like Batman's cave. Like so many bats are here, they're creating so many noises, and it seems like the Batman's cave. Like seems the Batman got his power and instinct to become Batman from this place. It seems like that. I have watched the Batman series, the movies. It seems like Batman acquired all his power and instincts and interest to become Batman from this place. If you can see at top, there are multiple bats being suspended from the ceiling, from the roof. Finally, we have reached the Duduma waterfall. There are two Duduma waterfalls. One is just known as Duduma waterfall, and the other one is Rani Duduma waterfall. And currently we have reached the Rani Duduma waterfall, which is we took our pathway from Araku to Deomali, and from Deomali mountain it will fall in the midway, this Rani Duduma waterfall. The other Duduma waterfall is from a very high altitude, but it's again very far, and it will hamper our plans for the day. That being the reason, we restricted ourselves to only Rani Duduma waterfalls for today, from which we can travel to Deomali mountain peak, and from there we are planning to go to the Niagara Falls of India, that is Chitrakoot in Jagdalpur. So as you could see, the water is falling from the very top of one of the hills, and again it is the second drop is happening and the third drop is happening. So it's a triple drop is what I could say. And this is the stagnant water out here where somebody could take a bath even. And if we gradually go forward, we can see another fall. We can see another fall here happening. There are multiple falls happening. The entire hillway, there are multiple falls, and this basic is a very beautiful scene out here. Like there are hills all around. That's the sky, this is the hill, and this is the water, and that's all around. It is surrounded entirely by hills. It is surrounded entirely by hills. The water is splashing and creating a spray out here. It's really a very scenic, beautiful place is what I could say. It took a while, like 1.5 kilometers is what we walked all the way to reach here from the main gate. But it's worth coming over here. Every place that we have been traveling are excellent places. We did a lot of search and homework for the same to get to know, to understand the place, how beautiful it is. And based on that, we have been traveling, and we have been successfully reaching one of the best places for a traveler. This is the great Duduma Falls. My God, it's really scenic and beautiful out here. A spray of water is getting created with the splash of the waterfall. The interface is moving automatically with the spray. It's a nice place to take a bath over here. The beautiful and excellent Duduma Falls in Koraput. Beautiful scenic. place. Hills all around surrounded by hills. As you can see. Finally, we have reached the most sought after place that I had been anticipating to reach early. This is the Deomali mountain peak. Deomali is the highest altitude mountain in all the hills and mountains that is present in Odisha. And currently we are around at 1672 meters ahead of this thing, sea level. And if you could see at my back, there are the ranges of hills and mountains at my back, which are almost more than 1000 meters. Every mountain out here is more than 1000 meters. Deomali peak is the spot where I am currently. We have got watchtower out there where I will be going in a short while. And there is my vehicle with my parents. And the drive was so thrilling, and the drive was a bit dangerous, I could say, because there are many steep slopes. The roads are really very steep, and continual steep ghats are there. So my parents, they have got a bit afraid. They are now reluctant to go to the top of the hill. I wish to go to that other hill where there is another watchtower at the top. So that would be a tough job now to convince them and take them to that place. But this place is absolutely awesome. Standing at a height of 1672 meters from sea level, and all around you could see is only mountains. All around there are only mountains, nothing else I could see as far as my eye goes. I would recommend Deomali is a must visit. Deomali is an excellent place, excellent mountain range, I could say, and the drive would be absolutely thrilling coming up this altitude to Deomali mountain peak area to the watchtower. The entry fee out here is 100 rupees for a four-wheeler, but it is worth coming over here. That's an excellent place. It's a absolutely thrilling experience. Like, the fear factor will come out from you, and you will really enjoy it once you make a reach out here. It's not that difficult. It's not that like you are going to a Everest base camp or something kind of trekking kind of thing. It's a very easy one. The pathway, the Ghats road, you might get a bit afraid, but you need to keep your calm and drive slow and steady, and you would comfortably reach out here. Once you reach out here, you will have this fascinating scene all around you, the hills and mountains ranging all around you. The great Deomali peak of Odisha, 1672 meters ahead of the sea level. It's an excellent viewpoint. The watchtowers are at my back, and we will very soon be going to the watchtower 7, and we are planning to go to that top of that mountain, which is at the top. There is another watchtower there. We would be going and reaching there very soon. Finally, we have reached Deomali peak. It's around 1672 meters from the sea level that we are in, and if you could see at the camera, it's a very scenic beauty all around. We could see the ranges of the mountains and the hills all around. It's an absolutely awesome sight is what I could see. I've seen many places like Darjeeling, Gangtok, Simla and all, but this is uncomparable to those. This is something very unique, with ranges of mountains and hills all around connected to each other. And driving up to this altitude is really a challenging stuff, and like I was sweating like anything when I was driving this way. And together with my family member, they were very nervous, but still I took it very positively and took the courage to come up to this place and could finally do it.